So pasta, I know pasta is like really intimidating for a lot of people, but it really shouldn't be because it's so easy to make. So what we're gonna start with, I'm gonna start with like a cup of flour, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna do like a cup and a half. And so you just want to like make a well. Make a well because your eggs, they're going to go right inside. So if you're just joining me, I am making a sausage ravioli. We're going to make the pasta dough first. And that is just flour, eggs, a little oil, and a splash of milk. Okay, so for the eggs, I'm going to use 1 whole egg. And I'm gonna have just like a trash bowl here where I can just put the shell. Also, I need like 7 egg yolks. So I'm just gonna crack this in here. Use my hand to separate the white and get the egg yolk. And having a lot of egg yolks is just gonna make the dough really rich because all of the fat is in the egg yolk. So we're just gonna crack these. And so I have a pasta roller. It's a KitchenAid, so we're gonna use that to roll out the dough. If you don't have like a KitchenAid pasta roller, you can roll it out by hand. It's definitely gonna be more work, but you know, KitchenAid hasn't always been around, and this is what the Nonas used to do back in the day. So, all right, so we have 5 eggs. And again, I'm just cracking them and separating. So that's 6. All right, I'm just gonna finish with that. And actually, I love making pasta. It's, I find it oddly very relaxing because you have to just get in there and use your hands. I'm gonna rinse real quick. But I find it oddly satisfying. I'm gonna add a little splash of milk in here. If you're just joining, I'm making ravioli. And I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And then so all you're gonna need is a fork. And you just wanna like break up the yolks. Just break up everything. And then you just wanna slowly start to incorporate the flour. And just take your time with it. Just wanna take some of that flour and just incorporate it. So do you guys like ravioli? I make several raviolis. Like for Christmas, I do a pumpkin ravioli with brown butter, sage. I'm gonna do the same kind of sauce. I'm gonna make a brown butter sage sauce to go with this sausage ravioli. You know, I think any other sauce, I mean, you could do a red sauce if you wanted to. Personally, that's just not my jam. So yeah, so as you can see, I'm just slowly incorporating the flour. And again, just keep stirring it. And I mean, after this, we're going to knead it once it's in a ball. So you just want to keep incorporating, keep incorporating, keep incorporating. It'll take the flour. Just got to keep moving it along. All right, so now I'm gonna move over to my bench scraper. This is one of my favorite tools in the kitchen. It's a bench scraper. You can use it for pasta. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. Please like and subscribe. My name is Chef Radia. I am making ravioli today. So for the bench scraper, it's a much easier tool. So you can see how like I'm just folding it. This is like $5.99 on Amazon. So it's a great tool to have in the kitchen. And you see this in professional kitchens. So you see I'm just folding it in, and it's still kind of liquidy from the egg yolks. So don't worry about that. It's all gonna come together. And you just kind of keep folding, and you'll feel it kind of starting to get a little stiff. All right, we're getting there. So then I'm gonna have to knead it. Now this is where your muscles come in, because you're gonna have to knead it for about a good 10 minutes. So you guys ask me questions in the comments, okay? While I'm kneading this. Okay, so see, it's getting there. I can feel it. So now I'm just gonna go in with my hands. And I'm just doing like a slight turn, like a quarter turn, and then just pushing it with the back of my hand, like the heel of my hand. So just turn, and again, keep incorporating that flour. It's a little sticky, so I'm gonna get a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so now this feels, it's not sticky. You don't want it to be sticky. Now I will say, if you are in a warm environment, your dough might need a little bit more flour. It's very temperamental depending on the weather. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside because now I need this area to be clean. Good thing with the bench scraper, you can just scrape everything up. So look at that. Just take your hand, dump it in the sink. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna knead it, and you just wanna keep kneading it, because you want to like develop the gluten in the flour. And this is where all the muscles come into play, okay? This is where you're just like, oh, find out what you're made of. So yeah, so this is one of the things I would make for my clients when I was a private chef. She was having a dinner party, I'd make this. It's one of those kind of like showstopper dishes where people just ooh and ah, like, oh my gosh, this is the best ravioli I ever had. And it really doesn't take that long. It looks intimidating, but look, we're already rolling our dough, so you don't have to worry about it. Now this dough feels a little sticky. It's humid here, so I'm just gonna add just a little bit more flour because I don't want it to stick. So yeah, so we're gonna do the filling in a little bit because this is going to need to rest. And you'll start to feel the dough will become like silky and smooth. And so what's gonna go, we're gonna do sausage. So I need to brown the sausage. And then I'm gonna add in the mascarpone and the Parmesan cheese. And also I'm gonna put in some parsley because that'll look pretty on the inside when you cut into it. All right, so this actually, I'm not gonna have to roll it out for 10 minutes. Again, it'll depend on like your environment. It's really, because this is very smooth. So let me just show you guys up close. You see how smooth that is? That's what you're looking for. Just gonna knead it just a little bit. The dough feels a little sticky. Again, you can just add a little bit of flour. No worries, you're not gonna hurt it. Just add the flour. And just do like a half quarter turn. Let's see, have I ever made dessert pasta, like with sweet fillings? No, because you know, I'm not a big dessert person. Dessert is just not something that I order when I go out to eat, and it's not something that I would make at home because I'm not a big sweet person. So I like savory. I think the only time I eat dessert is like if I'm in Europe, because you're getting like really high quality ingredients, but other than that, I do like ice cream, so, but I've never made a sweet pasta. So, okay. So see, this is done. We're like, what, 10, 12 minutes in? Already have your pasta dough. So that was super easy. Now it has to rest. I'm gonna grab a bag. And I'm gonna put it in the bag. Okay. And you just wanna let it hang out. Just let it hang out. And you're just gonna allow the gluten to just kind of relax. Okay.